What up, YouTube and all my Rykers What up, YouTube and all my Ryker riders out there? Today we're going to discuss radiator repair and things that can happen to you when you have damage to the front. Alright everybody, you all know I have my share of radiator repairs, people bringing their Am Rykers to the Ryker hospital for me to take care of, but it's more than just putting in a radiator, fluid, fan and sending them on their way. Recently someone else had a problem like that and they redid the radiator and the fan and still was having serious problems with the coolant. So we decided to go through a whole checklist and see why they was having these issues. Just to add though, an important thing though, when you do have damage like that to your radiator, and you guys all seen this, and it'll put you in VSS limp mode. And limp mode is really just for getting you maybe to a safe area to pull over. It's not to ride on. Extensive amount of damage you can do with a coolant link and the bike in limp mode is drastic, and I'm going to show you a whole breakdown here. So on this breakdown here, you're going to see what happens when you ride your bike, your Am Ryker, in limp mode with no fluid. Now just because you might think that it's not running hot, it is burning up. You see here's the thermostat, right underneath is the water pump. And if you go through all of that, now look at the water pump in this area over here. So right there on top of that first circle is the thermostat. That's where the thermostat goes. That was completely melted down. The whole thermostat was melted. Then underneath is the water pump. The water pump housing is plastic and the propeller. And as you could see right then and there, that it melted. And that's what's pumping the water through to cool off the engine. And as you go further and look closely, all that black stuff is melted plastic. And as you go now and look at the water pump housing, that is also all melted plastic. So that's where you can run into some serious damage, because after that then you're talking about blowing a head gasket. So this was fixable to a degree. It was heated up, the plastic was taken out. Eventually what's going to happen is those pieces of plastic that will probably wind up in the radiator, the newer one, and causing damage again. So it's a fixable to a point, but this is just what I wanted to explain to you guys about. It's so important that you have to take that limp mode seriously, because you can do some serious damage to the bike. Yes, it will shut off. The bike will shut off when it feels it's going into a critical error, but you can do more damage than you really think. So my advice to you from the Ryker doctor, if you suffer this type of damage where you're losing coolant in the front of your bike, is going to be very important for you to get off the road and call that for a tow truck. You can't even put fluid in it, because the fluid is going to pour right out the radiator. It's not going to go through the engine and keep it cool. So the thermostat and the water pump are pretty easy accessible in the Am Ryker. So if you have no problem with general mechanics, you'll have no problem accessing it. My thing would to be is to remove the reservoir. It's a lot easier to get into. If you can remove this out the way, you'll be able to access your thermostat and your water pump right behind this. It'll just give you more room to work on, but it's right behind this. So my advice to you, if you're going to do that type of job, is to remove that. Just a pro tip for you guys. I hope this tip helps. Anything more, anything other questions, any of you guys ever experienced something like this, just put in the comments below. Like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.